What up, guys? James from Bolt Bros here. Chargers make kind of a shocking move, signing Trey Lance to a 1-year contract. Another quarterback? Well, competitors welcome, right? But why does this move make sense for the long term or possibly even for the short term? So let's get into it, guys. Bolt Bros, let's go.
Bolt Bros!
All right, guys. Once again, appreciate all the love and support. Please like this video, subscribe to this channel if you've not. We appreciate all the love and support. But tell me a little bit in the comments below about this Trey Lance signing by the Chargers. Adam Schefter basically tweeted out former Cowboys 49ers quarterback Trey Lance reached an agreement today on a 1-year deal worth up to $6.2 million with the Los Angeles Chargers. Lance and Taylor Heinicke are now behind the starting quarterback Justin Herbert. Now, interesting move. You signed Taylor Heinicke. He did fine when he was on the field for a very short amount of time. But I think what it really ultimately boils down to is the Chargers are looking to try to find a long-term backup quarterback at this point. Now, not saying Taylor Heinicke can't be that guy. I love Taylor Heinicke. I think he's very much a heart kind of player, a guy that will go out there and be very gritty for you as a quarterback, do that extra effort type stuff. I love him as a quarterback. Now, he is getting a little bit up there in age, and you start thinking, okay, hey, maybe Trey Lance could be a guy that could kind of fit in this mold, who's a younger guy, obviously, too. It's not a bad idea to take a swing at him. Now, it's kind of crazy that he would sign for a contract up to $6.2 million. I'm sure that there's possibly a, first game, first week type bonus things if he could make the 53-man squad. So he could get cut after a very short amount of time with the team. But also at the same side, I think that there's something about this where, hey, look, maybe you could groom him to basically be the quarterback that he once was. Once again, he was a third pick, first round pick. So he's a high level pick. Just hasn't really been able to pan out well in the NFL thus far. It's funny, when I saw the pickup, the first thing I thought of, which he's in a Dallas Cowboy uniform there, when we played him in the preseason and he threw for 1 touchdown, 5 picks, 323 yards, I believe it was. But the big part of it is that he kept the team at least at a controllable, manageable level to where it didn't get out of control, even with those 5 picks. So they had a chance to win the game. He just could not find a way to cash it in one way or another. So he showed competitiveness. And I think that's what Jim Harbaugh liked about it, is his competitive nature. Now, once again, the defense has to be able to stop our offense, vice versa, and everything like that too. But even with 5 picks, he was only down 1 score, give or take. So I think that's what it was ultimately. Now, long-term side of this thing, or maybe just even to say short-term, and I'll talk about that here shortly, just to try to recorrect where Trey Lance is going in his career. It's kind of funny. I was thinking about this too. He has a second North Dakota State quarterback that we got on this team. Easton Stick, obviously, he's not on the team anymore. Now you go and get Trey Lance on this team. Kind of interesting all around. It's weird to see that. But bottom line, what I'm trying to do here is I think we have a quarterback whisperer here with Jim Harbaugh. He's able to teach quarterbacks to be able to play extremely well, find their weaknesses, strengthen their weaknesses, and make them a better quarterback. So let's just say he goes into the preseason. Obviously, Justin Herbert's probably not going to be playing in the preseason. It's going to be Taylor Heinicke and Trey Lance, possibly a guy, an undrafted guy that might get a snap. I don't know. That generally doesn't work out too well if you're coming in as QB4 at that point. But the thing about it is with Trey Lance and Taylor Heinicke, competitors welcome, right? And that's Jim Harbaugh's mantra. Go out there and try to get more competition, try to see what could potentially be done. And, like I said, that Trey Lance contract is probably based upon, hey, if you make week 1, you get X amount of dollars type bonus. You could probably be cut even before that and not take much to the chin on a salary cap perspective. So he could be cut. He could be here for a short term, but it's a good guy to be able to add to the team that he's got a skill set that's very, very strong and can potentially grow. It's just the right coaching is all he really needs. And maybe Jim Harbaugh is that thing. Now, also, let's say he goes out there and lights it up. He wins quarterback too. Or maybe Taylor Heinicke does the same thing. Both of them look extremely, strong out there. Think about last year. Easton Stick wasn't looking good. They ended up going and got Luis Perez, and you're thinking, oh my gosh, Luis Perez might be a quarterback too. He didn't pan out. And then they ended up going getting Taylor Heineke, and he ended up having some time to figure out the offense. Didn't have a whole heck of a lot of time during the season to play, but bottom line, what it is, competitors welcome. You think about like what they have done with the offensive line, stacking that O-line with talent all throughout and creating a competition for that interior offensive line. That's what this whole team will always be about. Try to better everybody, make everybody have to elevate their game and not just give a job to anybody. They want to make sure you work for that job. Now, this whole quarterback 2 competition is what I'm going to say. You're not going to keep 3 quarterbacks on the team. You'll probably keep 1 on the practice squad. But to get to the 53-man squad is what they're trying to achieve. They want you to push the quarterbacks to get or be the guy that could be the 53-man squad quarterback 2, and then you're going to have an emergency quarterback for QB3. But what if Trey Lance goes out there and lights it up? What if Taylor Heineke goes out there and lights it up? Think about that, where let's say a team loses a quarterback and they say, oh my gosh, we got to go out there and get a new guy. Oh, well, we might be able to get Trey Lance for a 6th-round pick or whatever it might be. That's all really what it's about, guys. It's about trying to find maybe even some trade targets, develop Trey Lance, maybe get Taylor Heineke even up to speed too. Keep those guys as potential trade bait. Think about what like the Browns did a lot last year. Jameis Winston, they ended up trading him off correctly. So obviously, the Browns kept them, but they also had multiple different quarterbacks on that team because it's trade pieces all around. So what I'm basically saying is like having a piece like this could become a pick. Now, let's say he does really well in the preseason or whatnot. He might get traded off. Who knows? But bottom line, I think that's a very smart move all around. I think it's a smart move based upon probably what the contract's based upon is if you're on the 53-man squad, you get X amount of bonus. And, you know, that $6.2 million is only achievable possibly through play time. So it might be a very, very low contract all around is what I'm trying to say. So I think it's a good pickup just to see if you could develop a guy further all around. And, you know, you got to trust in Jim Harbaugh and what Joe Ortiz is doing. They're doing some big things, guys, and I love seeing what they're achieving out there. But I'd love to be able to hear from you about this pickup. Trey Lance to the Chargers. What do you think is going to come from him? Do we think that he might actually get a better situation going with the Chargers, better system? You know what? Trey Lance might develop into a much better player. Who knows? But I think it's a really good pickup all around just to be able to bring more competition to the team. So I'd like to be able to hear from you. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts on this. Please like this video, subscribe to this channel if you've not. Once again, James from Bolt Bros. Let's go.
Hey, what's up? Cameron Dick here watching Bolt Bros podcast. Let's go.
Charged up, Bolt Bros on the night.